Hey, welcome to Sunday's game recap with the Lions. I have the legendary Jade in the house today. And before I bring her in, this podcast goes out to my friends at prairiemachining.com. If you need quality parts, call Eric. He's your man in Minnesota. So, Jade.
Hello.
Am I going to hear some love for Kirk Cousins today?
Oh, yes, you will.
Am I going to hear some love?
I did my post-game video, too, and I was very nice to Mr. Kirk Cousins today.
Okay.
Rightfully so, because he played really well today.
Really well. I did watch your...
How many yards did he get? How many total yards did he get in this game today?
I'll go through the stats in 2 seconds. I did watch your pregame podcast, and you said he would not go over 300 yards, but here's the stats. 24 for 34 for 337 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Cook, 25 carries, 142 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5.7 yards per carry. Diggs, 7 receptions, 142 yards. I mean, I can go on and on and on.
So good. Offensively, just so good. Yeah, I'm surprised that he went over 300, but really happy. Seriously, if this is pissed off Kirk Cousins, like I want pissed off Kirk Cousins to stay around.
And I think you're doing it. I think he watches your pregame and he gets pissed off. Just kidding.
Oh my gosh, I hope so. Like, if that's what it takes, I will help this team out. I tell you what.
So give me your game summary from how you saw it.
Well, I think we kind of got into it. Offensively, just so good. I am just really impressed that they're putting up the points again. 42 points. I just really like that everyone offensively was utilized, and it wasn't just a pass, the run, and the tight ends. Kyle Rudolph, hello, the reindeer, he's back, touchdown. Irv Smith Jr. getting in there, Alexander Madison, and B.T. Johnson stepping up for Adam Thielen. And even before Thielen went out, that amazing touchdown. Stephon Diggs, just offensively, I'm really impressed offensively. And then defensively, but I mean, it was an offensive game. Like, I guess overall is my opinion on it. I think, the defense didn't play bad, but that's my weak link, which was surprising to me because I thought it was kind of going to be reversed. But I think it was an offensive display today for the Purple, which I'm very impressed by.
Totally agree with you. Defense gave up 30 points, which is a lot of points.
It is a lot of points, yeah. And it was kind of close up until the very end there. I mean, it really was.
Yep.
Wayne's got the interception right at the end there. But, and as far as defense goes, Xavier Rhodes.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
He's not the Xavier Rhodes we remember.
No. He just seems to be getting worse every game. I just had it written down in my notes, burned, flag, burned, pouting, bent,
Helmet throwing.
And, Trey Waynes, too. He got a couple flags. And Everson Griffin, too. I think he had 3 or 4 penalties, alone today. So defensively, we were a little shaky. Yeah.
And like you said, Everson, every game he seems to do that offsides kind of thing that at the wrong time, and it just, like, come on, guy. You're good enough not to have to do that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, even one of the broadcasters, I think it was Spielman, and I don't remember the other dude, but one of them said was like, oh, there he goes again.
There you go.
He's good for one offside, jumping offside a game. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bummer about that, but hey, they still got the win, but I was surprised by the defense that they, let out that many points and, that many penalties and looking a little sloppy at times.
Especially on the back end, they looked confused a lot.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, like a receiver would be wide open. Like what's going on here? Are they playing man to man or zone or?
Yep. it looked to be a little confusion too, and somebody called that out early on in the game too. I don't remember. It was like maybe second quarter or something like that. I don't remember the exact play, but yeah, they were calling out the confusion there.
Okay.
And then Dan Bailey missing.
What? What is it with, these kickers? They come to Minnesota perfect, and then all of a sudden they can't kick.
I know.
They can't kick?
It was wide left.
Wide left, yeah. Did that remind you of the Seattle playoff game there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know the yardage on the one that he missed, but what was the one what was it, Walsh? Didn't he miss, was it 26-yard or something?
Yeah, against the Seattle, and we had minus 12-degree game, and misses it.
I'm just glad I'm glad at that point it didn't come down to 3 points.
Yeah.
It would have been really dramatic and really good, but it would have been of course, the one he missed, but. So, and then Stafford's still looking good too. He didn't look terrible by any means.
No.
And, the Lions were losing players left and right there, it seemed like, too.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Hamstrings and, this and that. And, that's fine, We'll take any help we can get, So I have not watched your post-game recap yet, so give me some Kirk Cousins love right now.
Oh, Kirky Cousins. I love, if this is pissed off Kirky boy, I love pissed off Kirk. I want him to stay around. And I really I don't really know what that scuffle was at the end of the game. Do you really know what that scuffle was at the end?
Yeah, it's frustration. The Lions know that the game is lost, and a little extra pushing and shoving, and then
but
Kirk.
I liked how he was, getting in there a little backing down. I was like, where's this guy been?
Yeah.
I mean, if somehow this is just blossoms out of him, hey, I like it. I want this guy to stay around. I will say I'm not buying it 100%, but
whoa! You won't commit? You will not commit. I mean, this guy threw for another game over 300 yards, no interception. He made great throws. That pass to Diggs, that could have been a touchdown, although the guy did clip his hand if you watch it in slow motion. But that was a perfect pass.
Oh, yeah. He dropped it right in there. And I think, one of them was out of the pocket, spinning, throwing on the run. I liked it. I want to see more. It's 2 games.
Okay.
But it's if he can do this against Seattle, or when we play the Cheeseheads again, when we rematch against the Bears, I'll give him credit. I will. But
still,
I'm excited. I'm really excited. But I hope he keeps it up. I really do. And honestly, if this is the new him and this fire stays lit under his ass, I like it. You like that? I like it.
I like it. But you're not committed though. You're not fully on the train yet, right? You're just okay.
I can't do it.
Why? Give me why.
I don't know what the exact thing would be to I think maybe when he gets a playoff win. Then I'll really I'll buy it then. I think.
Okay. And if he's in the Super Bowl, you'll definitely buy it, right?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Oh, for sure.
Okay.
I mean, that's how I gave Case Keenum so much love, too. And he didn't get him to the Super Bowl. He just stepped up and got him, to the divisional game there and played really well. So it doesn't take a lot.
You just need to get over that whatever hump you need to get over, and then you're Well, I've been on the message boards, and I keep saying now that we are slowly. This is what I said. We are slowly becoming the team to beat. If our offense plays like this and our defense plays like they normally play, not like today, and give up their usual 16 points, and we score 20 and more consistently, and Kirk does what he did today, we're going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, you're on something. Yeah, especially with Mahomes dropping out too, and I know that's one player, but especially for our schedule and the way that he's going to be out for 2 or 3 weeks, kind of lands perfectly for the Vikings too. So the NFL's weird, with all the wild stuff and the injuries, but I mean, yeah, if the offense can continue to play like this, and I mean, too, to think about it, to give them even some more praise today, Thielen was out the majority of the game.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
He was out the majority of the game, and BC Johnson and CJ Ham too. Played really well. So I think you could be right. Especially with what's going on in the rest of the league, and it looks like I don't know what's going on with the Saints and the Bears right now. I have it on in the other room, but with the Bears, kind of, I don't know what's going on with them, if they're going into a den or what. But and then the Chiefs heads. So
yeah, they're playing. They're 6-1.
Yeah,
they're 6-1. I mean, and they caught a break too with Mahomes going down because they play him next week, I believe.
Oh, do they play them next week?
Yeah, so that's like, so that might be an easy, in Kansas City without home, so that's going to be tough. But they don't have tape on the backup, so that could be a good.
Who's their backup again?
Oh, I don't even know, because,
I don't remember who that guy was, but, I mean, who knows, too? He might, because they still beat up on who did the Chiefs just play? The Broncos. They still beat up on them anyway, but.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you could be right, because then who else do we have? The Chargers, I think, and then the Cheeses again, the Bears.
Dallas.
The Keys again, Dallas.
We got Dallas in Dallas, or Arlington.
Dallas. What?
In Arlington. I say Dallas and Dallas, but they're really in Arlington. But anyway, that could be a tough game, but again, all we can do is focus on what we can control. And if the play calling was like it was today, execution. Rudolph came through today. He had 5 catches for like 58 yards. Irv Smith, 5 catches, 60 yards. I mean, that's balance.
Yeah, and we're this season, so they're him too.
Yeah.
Because he got the touchdown too. And it seems like whenever he gets thrown to, he generally catches it too. He's just such a big target too. I'm glad they're using him too. It's like they're paying him. Might as well use him a little bit.
Paying him big bucks. Big enough bucks or whatever, So I got my championship hat on. I keep saying this is our year. We're certainly right there. Close enough. I mean,
on the cusp right now.
On the cusp, exactly. I like that. It's like if we play like this, and our quarterback, who I know you're starting to, if he can continue to perform, I don't care how mad he gets. If that's what it takes, let's do it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So.
It's not like he's hurting anything. Getting mad. It doesn't seem like it anyway.
So give me your predictions moving forward. Here's what we have. We have the Redskins on Thursday, and then we have the Chiefs the following Sunday. Not the Sunday, but the 10 days after.
Yeah, the next one.
And then Dallas. So give me what's going to happen Thursday, Chiefs, and then the Dallas game.
Yeah, I think I don't want to say it's an automatic win on Thursday, but I mean, Washington doesn't look good. Even though it's my man Case Keenum, and I want him to do well, he's gonna come back. And could there be some magic for Keenum? Maybe, but I think the purple got that one in the bag. I mean, knock on wood here. And I think if the defense can clean up their act, I think they can go into Kansas City, and I think they can win. I want to see more of the Kansas City backup because, like you said, we don't, I don't really know a lot about him, don't really know a lot about him, what's going to happen there. But honestly, I feel like that they could win that. And Dallas is so tricky because one week, Dak and company play amazing, and then the next week, they shit the bed. So I don't know that one. I think that they could go 2-3 out of those next ones easily, if not 3-3. Honestly, if I'm drinking the purple positivity Kool-Aid right now.
Drink. I see you drinking something.
But I think a more realistic thing is, 2 out of those 3 games for sure, if not 3 of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. And I said that If we could get 2 wins on the road and win out at home, we're 10-6.
Yes.
That gets us into the dance. Now, if we can get 3 wins and we're 11-5, that could be home playoff game.
It's crazy how one game can make such a big difference.
Yeah, and
yep.
So maybe we did catch a break with Mahomes going down, and we can get that game, and then we have our 3 wins on the road. Yeah, we should beat the Redskins, but remember what happened with the Bills last year at home? We should have blew them out, and we got our asses
one of those
kicked.
is going to be some sort of a trap game, I'm sure. And the thing with Dallas is too is I don't know what's going on with Amari Cooper. I know he was questionable or something like that today, but I don't know what's going on with him. And if they don't have him, that's a big weapon for Dallas too. And if our defense can be on the money, score little points there. I don't think it could be a huge thing.
Okay.
Seattle's going to be a tough one though. I don't see him winning that one. I just don't see him winning that one.
They have a hard time.
Yeah, I feel like that's an automatic loss in my book right now. The Seattle game. The other ones are all kind of up in the air for me, and I was looking at the schedule again, and I was like, realistically at this point, maybe 10-6, which is shocking for me to say that, because at the beginning of the season, I was like 8-8 maybe.
Yeah, you said 8-8. I remember. I have it on video. 8-8. If we can have a good November, end of October, good November. Our December looks really good, and I'll tell you why. We have Detroit at home. We have the Bears at home. We have the Packers at home, and we're going away to the Chargers, which I think is a win. Yeah. If we can win out in December and ride into the playoff on a high, feeling good about ourselves,
high horse,
right? Are you in?
Yeah. I think another one of those is questionable as the Charger game, but I think it could be a win. I mean, it's not as daunting as once thought, the Charger game. And I think as far as the home games go, the most daunting of those, unfortunately, are going to be the Packers, I think, of the home games there. But I don't think we can sleep on the Bears either.
Yeah, I know. Especially what happened last year.
Yeah. But I want to see this team play today, the Vikings play today, against a Seattle. I want to see them play like this against the Chiefs. Without Mahomes even. Play like this today.
Right.
And even the defense could step it up, a notch. But, I have positive feelings going forward, which are a lot better than I had at the beginning of the season.
I remember I watched the podcast. I could a lot better feelings than you had on the podcast after the Packers game.
Yeah. It's too. I think we know as Vikings fans, Minnesota fans in general. It's I don't want to get the cart before the horse, because it's just we've been we're in a way it's bitten us in the ass too many times, which is why I'm just hesitant still.
Well, you definitely sound like you know your football, and I don't want to be sexist here and just say you're a lady and you don't, but you do know your football. I can tell, and it's a joy to talk to you now. But I got to ask you some football questions to see how much you do know about football. Okay, so this will be like a three question little test. Okay.
I'm gonna fail.
All right. So tell me what's the tuck rule?
A tuck rule?
No, the tuck rule. What's the tuck rule?
Tuck rule?
Tuck, tuck rule.
I mean, immediately I have absolutely no clue. Tuck rule. Is that... I don't know. I mean, automatically I would think it's some way that you hold the ball, but it's you can hold the ball anyway. I don't know. I have no idea. What is it?
Okay, I'll give you the answer a little later. Okay, so second question. Okay. So when a quarterback comes up to the line and he scans the defense and he sees the defense and he yells out, he's going to audible. and he yells out Wanda, Wanda, Wanda. What play is he running when he yells out Wanda?
They were just talking about this too. I don't know. Is it a? I have no idea. I have no clue.
Okay.
No
okay.
idea.
Okay. So the first the tuck rule. Remember when Tom Brady, he's back to pass and he starts to throw and he stops and he tucks the ball.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, and then but they don't even have that anymore. But it's always been like this famous rule that that no one even knew. So
no, I didn't know. No, yeah, I mean that makes sense. Yep, that makes sense.
And when they come up to the line and they yell Wanda, Wanda, they're going to run a weak side run.
Okay, I was thinking some sort of a run, but I don't know. I was just like, I don't know, maybe it was like a pass. I'm not sure. But they were just talking about that too.
Yeah, that's why it's fresh on my mind.
What?
That's why it's fresh on my mind because they were just talking about that.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I knew. Okay, it was really funny too because I was like, I bet he's gonna try to quiz me at some point too. But I love it.
Yeah, that's I'm sure there are a lot of things that I don't know that because the game just. There's so many rules and so many.
Oh yeah, and I'm no expert by any means. I just try to know some stuff, what's going on. I try to keep up, and I never played either. But yeah, I mean, I try to know some things, but I don't know it all. But I try to know it all, but I don't.
Well, you know your Vikings, I can tell, and that's what's important.
Yeah. Yes.
You know wins and losses. You know wins and losses, and you know when you feel good about your quarterback and when you don't.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true. And it's such a fickle position, especially just for the Vikings in general. I feel like just since forever.
Yeah, I've dealt with a lot of just real painful losses. People don't realize how emotional this game is, and you live and die with every play, and it's just you can't help it, And sometimes I ask myself, why do I still watch? Because it's so.
I do that too, and I'm not an emotional person in general. I'm super practical, logical, but it's the one thing that gets me going, and I'm just why is it just this one thing that gets me going? But I guess I've been watching forever, and you're invested. I feel like you can control it, but you can't. But get passionate about it anyway. It's exciting, I guess. It's an exciting thing.
One of the questions I asked on the board is what would you be doing if we lost the Vikings to LA? Remember they were talking about moving?
Yep.
That would have been it. How do you think you would have dealt with that situation?
I would have lost my shit, dude.
To be perfectly honest.
Yeah, honestly, I remember that, and I would have been done. I don't know. I don't even want to think about it, but I remember being really worried. Do you go with the team then? I probably would have been so pissed off that they left the state that I would have been you know what, screw you. I don't know, I would have had nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And I missed that with the Lakers, and as far as the NBA goes. But I probably would have cried.
All right, I'm with you. I wouldn't be able to cheer for any it has to be the Minnesota Vikings. It can't be anything different like LA Vikings or what?
So weird.
Yeah.
So weird. Yeah, I would have been livid. And the thing is too, you would have to see it every year, right?
Yeah.
Not like it's just gonna go away. I would have been pissed. I would have probably found a new team, Probably picked a player. I don't know. Was Moss still in the league at that time?
Was Moss? No, because that was about 2000, like right before they built the stadium.
Yeah.
So it's a year or two before that, as leading up to that, 2013. Mm-hmm. I think Moss was like long gone,
Yeah.
Long gone.
No, I probably would have picked a favorite player at some point. Different team or something. I don't know. Would have had to jump ship.
Would you jump ship to the next state over, the Packers?
No.
Oh no?
No.
Okay.
No, it's really funny you asked that because I was just gonna be and actually Never. No, I couldn't do it. Could
Couldn't
you?
do, no, some guy on the message board said he would become a Packers fan. Everyone was like, what? Not even.
Vikings fans are that on the Vikings message board?
Yes.
Oh, good. No.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, what a terrible thing to say.
Exactly.
What
Hush.
hush.
Don't say those things. You just think those things. Don't say them aloud.
Awesome. Well, I'll tell you, I'm feeling good about myself right now. Great win. It sets up my whole week. You know, I'm always in a better mood, and it's a short week. It's a short week, so we got that Thursday night game.
I know, that's a late one. Yep. It's a late one, so that one's gonna be. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a little weird too. For I don't know as far as your podcasting schedule goes, but it's gonna be a little weird for mine with work and stuff. But
Yeah.
it'll be fun.
Yeah.
I like when their games are a little sooner. It's a little fun.
Do you do you like the Thursday night games?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the Thursday night games. It's always the only thing is always it's kind of a bummer when your team plays, you know, because then you get to Sunday and you're like, oh man.
Yeah.
But on Thursday it's always fun. But yeah, I like the Thursday night games, and they just get to be a little late. That's the only thing, because I'm such a early in bed, early to rise.
Oh,
It
okay.
gets to be a little late. You know, 11, 10:30, 11.
Yeah.
Here, so and I like to listen to the you know, the post game and stuff like that, and like the fan lines if there's fan lines and stuff going. But what about you? Do you like them?
Love them, and here I'm in Arizona. They start at like 5 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So it's over at like 8, and so it's a realistic, you know, it's kind of so different from where I'm from. I'm starting to get used to it, and you can watch a game and then go and do something else afterwards, which is kind of cool. But I just love when my Vikings play, you know, when it's like nationally televised.
Yep.
Because, you know, you get to, you know, everyone else is watching.
Well, and that's a good question too. It's like, how is Kirky gonna do it?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All of a sudden, she can't. Go ahead. Finish your Kirky.
Well, I mean, how's he gonna do? What is he, 5 and? Well, what's his record in prime time now?
Oh, well, yeah, we don't. Yeah, not good. It's not good. But he's playing his old team. Does the old fire come back?
Yeah. Oh man, and I forgot about that too. We were talking about that earlier. He used to play for Washington. See, that might make it a little more weird and wild than one thought too. God, I forgot about that. How did
You
I
would
forget
think,
about that?
yeah, you would think.
I like it. I like a little extra drama.
Yeah. I want the Kirk that ended this game, that fiery, you know, passionate, angry. Let's call him Angry Kirk. You know.
Angry Kirk.
Yeah.
You like that Kirk.
You like that Kirk. I think for me, you know, it's like I'm accepting the fact that, okay, he might be overpaid, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
He's performing.
Yep.
He is performing, and he's, knock on wood, I need some wood, he hasn't gotten hurt.
Right, that too, and Josh Klein was back this game too, so I think that was really helpful. It seemed like he had time to throw the ball. He got sacked this game? Did he get sacked this game? He did.
Let me go back to the stats. Oh, I can't. Did he get? It doesn't really say here.
I don't know.
I don't think he did.
I don't know if he did.
I don't think he did.
Yeah, because you know, if so, the Lions doing a pretty good job. You know. So kudos to them.
Kudos to them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And talk about Dalvin Cook. What are your thoughts about Dalvin?
Hey, he went over 100 rushing against Detroit. Really good. I think this is his first time against Detroit doing that. And it just seems like he's a no-brainer when they're right, you know, within the, you know, first and goal, within the 10-yard line there. I mean, it's like a no-brainer. It's so crazy how you think he's down, and then he just pops out.
He pops out.
And, goes for. I like that he goes for the extra yard. You know, he doesn't quit. I like that about him, and he's able to catch the ball too. You know, which is good. I still feel like with him catching the ball, it's a little shaky because I know at the beginning of his career there, I think he fumbled a couple of times or dropped a couple of passes, but improvements, though, you're not really seeing that right now. So I'm liking it. And I really like Alexander Madison, too. I just feel like they're such mirror images of each other, too. So I feel really confident there, and yeah, as long as Cook can stay healthy, knocking on some wood again, knocking on my desk. I think that's really important. And I would say that I'm buying the Cook, shiny more than the Cousins shiny at this point, because I was a little hesitant on Cook too, coming back, and everybody was talking such a big him up, it's like we hadn't really seen too much before he went down. But I'm buying that. I mean, it's the proof's there right now, right? You can't argue that. I think, what has he been, the top rusher, a couple of weeks now or something like that? I don't remember.
Yeah. So it sounds like what you're saying is on a love meter, you have Cousins on a 6 and Cook on an 8 maybe, or is it 5?
I was just thinking that. Very good guess. Yep. Very good. Yep.
Okay.
And I think both Cousins and Cook are Leos too, fire signs.
Oh, really?
So it's funny that they got the fire going right now. Mm-hmm.
Well, good. And what is your sign?
I'm a Capricorn.
And what month is that? I don't even know. What is that?
That's the end of December to the end of January.
Oh, really? Okay.
LeBron James, also a Capricorn. Elvis, Dolly Parton. Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
Joan of Arc.
Yeah. Jon Snow himself, Kit Harington. But anyway, I could go on and on about astrology, but I won't.
It sounds like it's your second passion.
Yeah, I like that a lot too. Mm-hmm. Yep. You're the Gemini air sign.
That's right.
Cater. Mm-hmm.
Twins, right? Twin personality or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Twins.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm late May. Is that different than early like June or something? Or a Gemini is a Gemini?
Yeah, Gemini is late May to late June. Yeah. Some people believe in like cusps, when you're closer to one sign. I think you're one sign or the other. I think sometimes if you land maybe within a couple of the days of another sign, you can maybe have a couple of those characteristics, maybe, perhaps, but I kind of believe in like true signs, but yeah.
Okay.
End of May to the end of June makes you a Gemini.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't know if there was different, if you were born late May and you were Gemini, is that different than being a Gemini if you were born June 10th or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, well, everybody has their own chart. You have your whole like wheel of stuff. But as far as your sun sign, that's where the sun was when you were born, so that would mean a sun in Gemini. But your moon could be in a different sign as opposed to someone else born on a different day. They're gonna have a different moon sign and stuff like that too.
Oh wow, this is
good. Where your Jupiter lands and your Mars and your Venus and your Mercury.
Oh wow. Can you help me understand why I became a Vikings fan living in Massachusetts? What happened? What happened?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I would have to look at your whole chart. It could be something in there. Yeah.
I'll send you my chart and we'll analyze.
Yeah, it could just have to do with you being ruled by Mercury, because Mercury rules all communications. So even if you're a long ways away, you can communicate via radio, podcast, watching something, talking to message boarding or something like that.
There you go. Well, what I think happened is I'm a reincarnation of a Viking.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I was just reincarnated, and I'm just a Viking from years back.
Yeah, you're drawn to everything that has to do with Vikings. Do you like the show Vikings too, then?
I don't watch a lot of TV, so I didn't watch that series, but I read a lot of books on Vikings, and every time I see like a business that has Viking, it becomes like my favorite business. Viking cleaners, Viking, that's, that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, that's very cool. Yeah, you're maybe just drawn to it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can. So how are you feeling now? What happens now moving forward? What do you do now between now and Thursday? What happens in your life?
Oh, what happens in my life? Well, I'll probably go listen to some Vikings vent line, maybe see who's calling, see what everybody's saying. I always like to listen to local radio and national like sports stuff to see what everyone else is saying. My fantasy teams are complete garbage this week. They're both losing. But as far as, all that other stuff goes, just working, and then I'll probably try to do pregame maybe on Wednesday for the game, because I think my work is going to cut it close on Thursday.
Okay.
But yeah, I like to pay attention to Twitter too, especially Stephon Diggs' Twitter. He tweets a lot of very ominous things. But yeah, I like to kind of creep around on Twitter. When I say creep, I mean just like scroll through Twitter and look for some info about the team, because I feel like Twitter is a good place to get some info. I follow a lot of the beat writers and stuff too.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah. So I feel like they give a lot of good tidbits too, especially with stats too, because I don't know if you find, I don't know, maybe you can give me where you get all the stats, but sometimes when I'm looking for like a particular stat, it's really hard to find. But
I usually go to NFL.com, and certainly after the game, they have all the stats that I just copy and paste. And before I forget, speaking of beat writers, what do you think of Courtney Cronin? Do you like her? Do you think she's a good?
Courtney Cronin.
You
do?
do?
I follow her. Once again, it's like you're a couple seconds ahead of me in my brain. It's like you're picking them out there. I was just gonna be like, Courtney Cronin. Yeah, I think she's great. I think, is this her second year covering the Vikings?
At least. It could be.
I think it's her second or third year covering the team. But I really follow on Twitter. Especially, because she's a girl too, but she really knows her stuff. She really does. And I think she used to cover the Raiders too for a couple of years, but I really like her. Yep, I'm a fan.
She asks great questions, when they have the head coach, so she knows what she's doing.
Yeah. And you can tell her voice too, and she does ask good questions. She does. That's a really good point. Yeah, for the pressers and after practice and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, good. Do you think we could do a game recap after Thursday's game, either whenever you have time? Friday, Saturday, or Sunday of next week, if possible.
Yeah, I'm going out of town. Yep. But I could probably fit something in maybe Sunday, perhaps later Sunday.
Yeah.
Going out of state for a couple of days, but
good for you. Are you a traveler?
I like traveling. I don't like flying, actually, but I like going places, but I'm not a fan of flying, but I'll be driving. This one is more of I'm hoping to get a new car, actually, so this one is more of a business venture as opposed to fun, but I guess the fun will be getting a new car out of it, hopefully.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Ever been to Boston?
No, I haven't been to Boston. I feel like I would love it, though. There's a lot of old history stuff there. I feel like I'd love it.
Yeah, that's where I'm from, and there's just a lot of energy when you step off the plane, and lots to do. And it's only a 2-hour flight from Minneapolis. So I lived in Minneapolis last year, and I would fly back and come back on the same day. Fly out in the morning and come back at night. It was awesome.
That's crazy. Yeah, I guess if it's a 2-hour flight, that's not that bad.
That's nothing. You could drive to. I don't know where you live, but if you drive across, Minnesota, that's like 2 hours, right?
Yeah, I live in the city here. Yeah.
You live in Minneapolis?
I live in St. Paul technically, but it's like I could get downtown Minneapolis in like 10 minutes. So I'm kind of right on the border. But it'd be like going to Duluth, and a lot of people come to games. A lot of people drive from like Duluth. That's a couple hours for a game in the car. So.
In the car, yeah, easy. So. Quick story before we go. Like I said, I lived in Minnesota last year, and I said if I ever live in Minnesota, I'm going to wait for the coldest day and go up to International Falls, Minnesota. Do you know what that is?
That's like pretty much Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that? It's like is it straight north?
Yeah.
The Twin Cities.
Yeah. So I went to Duluth and I stayed there a day. And then got up in the morning and drove up to International Falls, minus 28.
No.
That's the coldest I've ever been in my life, so.
Was that with or without wind chill?
That was no wind and a lot of sun, so I'm sure there was a little bit of wind or a lot of wind, it would have been worse.
No, that's bad. That's definitely, that's cold. That's cold. I mean, I can take like 0, like -10. We can deal with that, but that's where you don't know if your car is going to start or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's going to be like, you can't be outside, skin for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you might get a little frostbite going on.
Yeah. I was a little nervous as I'm driving up there thinking, what are you doing?
Right.
If your car breaks down, I had a new rental, but
yeah. Well, glad you made it out of there.
Still here, still alive.
Yep.
Any finishing messages to Vikings Nation that are watching right now?
Well, you guys all happy? Kirk Cousins is playing well, okay? He's playing good. Are you happy? You like that? No. Purple positivity people, are you happy now?
As you can see, Vikings Nation, she's still not committed to Kirk. She still won't give him the love that he deserves right now, but fair enough. Give him another couple of games, and I think she'll be back on board.
Yeah, I gave him a golf clap in my post-game video, so give him a little golf clap, a little round of applause,
Well,
he played well today. He did good.
He played really well.
I like the pissed off Kirk. If this is pissed off Kirk, I love pissed off Kirk.
This is pissed off Kirk. I think I'm going to send him this podcast to keep him pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
To show him no matter what he does, he's not going to win you over.
No.
You're a tough sell.
Write that down in your spreadsheet. Your little Excel spreadsheet, 10-minute increments. After you take your pebble out of your little pebble keeper, mark, the time he has left. Right.
It's a nice 40-minute podcast here. That's all I have. I always enjoy our conversation, our recap. Look forward to doing another one when you can. I understand you're a very busy lady and you got to buy a car and you got to do all your stuff and.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's been cool though. I enjoy chatting. It's fun. Yeah, I like it. It's cool to get someone else's opinion too. Straight after the game, a fresh take. Fresh. Take. I like it.
Fresh, pumped up take. I'm kind of pumped up right now. I'm in my championship mode right now. I can see it. I can see it. In fact, I'm going to look at booking a room in Miami. You know what I mean? And just. I want to be there when they win the Super Bowl. How's that sound? That's low. All right, so I'm dreaming. I'm kidding.
What did you say? What?
I said I'm dreaming. I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that.
Hey, dream big, dude. Dream big. They say, right? That's awesome. I got to get on. I wish I was on that level. I'm not there yet, but hopefully one day.
What's taking you so long? What's holding you back? Been burned too many. Yeah.
So many times. I just can't. When you're just too worried, when everything's going well, something's going to go wrong. I forget what they call that. There's a term for that. I forget what it is.
But you have it, huh?
Yeah, I think I have it, definitely.
And I think a lot of Vikings fans have it. Because a lot of Vikings fans on the board say the same thing. I just can't, they just, and I want to, but I can't.
We get our hopes up. It's like, because we've gotten our hopes up before, only to have them come crashing down. You don't want that feeling again.
Exactly.
We're building a wall. It's like Game of Thrones, got the wall up,
Have you ever watched Odin's Den's podcast?
No. Were you telling me about that before? I should write that down.
Because they know you, or they know that you're from Fargo. They listened to the podcast that we had last week, and they recognized Jade as, you, and they were like, oh, she's from Fargo. I know her, or something like that, so.
Well, that's funny. I'm not from Fargo. I have extended family that lives in Fargo. Yeah. My parents lived in Moorhead. I lived there, which is like right next to, I don't know, does that mean you're from there? If you lived there for like 5 years of your life? Until I was 5?
Yeah. I mean, sorta. Yeah. I mean, it's up to you, but they knew you. They're like, oh yeah, then we know Jade. She's from Fargo. She's from our area or something like that. So, which is I had them on one of my podcasts.
Oh,
So if you go back to my channel, you'll see the three. I had two guests and myself, so it was like three of us. Those are the two
were
guys.
they two fellas?
Yeah,
Oh, maybe I did watch that one.
Yeah.
I did watch one of yours where it was the three of you.
yeah. They knew you.
Yeah.
They know you, or they think they know you.
Oh, we should all chat sometime.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do a three guest kind of a game recap. Maybe right before we go into the playoffs. How's that sound?
That'd be good. Are they from there? Did you say they're from up there?
Yes, one is definitely. Michael is, and the other guy, A-Train. I don't know. I don't know his first name.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I lived there for like 5 years, but I've been living in the city now for like over 10 years. Yeah.
Good for you.
No,
Good for
since
you.
college, since after high school. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Jade, I can't thank you enough. This is always fun. Let's
thanks for having me. I'm glad that you reached out. It's been fun. Yeah, I've enjoyed it so far.
Let's enjoy this win and this week. Let's hope for a not a letdown on Thursday. And
man, you know what? If they lose, we might have to do an emergency session here. I don't know.
If they lose, I want to see your podcast because there'll be like some fire coming out of that.
Fire, and I tell you, I'd probably sing Case Keenum's praises to the high heavens. I don't know, and say, "See, you should have kept him."
Yeah, I told you so. Well, before we go, can you just give Cousins a hug? You know, just can you get a hug? No.
A hug? I'm so not a hugger.
Okay.
What about like a? I feel like he pounds.
Oh, okay.
Like a virtual pound.
Pound. Okay, there you go. Boom.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
He seems like a nice enough guy in general. I'm sure he's a nice guy. Everybody says nice things about him in general as a person.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. He just needs to get over a hump, and maybe it's just getting mad and saying, you know, screw everyone. I'm just going to do it. You know, if that's what it takes.
The thing is, though, too, it's like maybe we still need people like me to keep that fire lit. Because if we all start being, complacent and nice again.
Justification. I like it. She makes it work. She finds a way to make it work.
Yeah.
He needs me. That's
funny.
Yeah, that's great.
Just saying, but
yeah. We'll take it.
Yeah.
Well, whatever it takes to win, I don't care.
Exactly.
I don't care. So.
Get the W. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And can we finish with a skull chant? I'm going to bring on my skull chant. Skull.
All the way.
Skull.